Welcome to the ZSR Library at Wake Forest University. I'm Colleen Foy, Research and Instruction Librarian for Health Sciences, and I'll be helping you start to understand the many health science resource types available to you as you embark on your research journey. During this video, I'll discuss the nature of health science literature, define scholarly literature, as well as non-scholarly literature references. All these sources are helpful in different ways, so let's get started. Health science research content is constructed differently than other types. For instance, research on Victorian literature poetry conventions is vastly different from clinical trial results on patients undergoing bone fracture therapies. Health science writing is direct, focused, and concise, and encompasses goals to communicate clear, current, accurate, and culturally appropriate information. Also, the audience of health science information drives the complexity of how the information is presented. Consumers, educators, allied health, and clinical professionals all process and require a varied scope of information. Some populations can be overwhelmed with specific research information and medical jargon, while others may rely on this level of intricacy to support the well-being of their patients. So let's dive in. In general, there are two categories of literature that can be valuable to your research: scholarly and non-scholarly. These classifications do not solely signify that the content is verified, reliable, or applicable to your work, so as a researcher, you still need to dig a little deeper. Scholarly health science literature is created by researchers in academic, healthcare, and sometimes corporate settings, and typically undergoes a peer-reviewed process to help ensure research methods were conducted rigorously and ethically. Scholarly literature can be classified as primary or secondary. Primary sources are documents that present original research findings from the researcher who conducted the study. They provide evidence on a new topic or a facet of a topic that has yet to be investigated. An excellent example of a primary source is the randomized control trial. In RCTs, subjects are randomly assigned to either an intervention or control group, and researchers collect, measure, and compare the outcomes demonstrated in both groups. These findings can offer evidence of efficacy to researchers and clinicians. Another type of scholarly work is a secondary source, and that's a work that summarizes, interprets, and analyzes primary sources, often to provide an added value or context to the primary source. A great example of a secondary source is a systematic review. Through systematic literature searching and statistical analysis, systematic reviews can provide physicians, researchers, and policymakers with the best evidence on disease diagnosis, prognosis, therapy, or etiology by finding gaps and commonalities through multiple study synthesis. Now on to non-scholarly sources. Information and data produced outside of academia and appearing in places other than scholarly journals can add a lot of value to your research. Here's a brief overview of a handful of resources that can be helpful and how you can ensure they are worthy of your time as a researcher. Those will include websites, Wikipedia, popular science magazines, gray literature, and AI. Websites from trusted organizations like the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention provide guidance to consumers, researchers, and clinicians alike with managing and enhancing public health, safety, and well-being. WHO, for instance, provides fact sheets and podcasts on health topics from A to Z, as well as data, dashboards, and statistics. Wikipedia is one of, if not the most, viewed medical resource globally, as it is available in over 330 languages. Wikipedia editors and contributors must adhere to quality control processes to ensure inclusion of worthwhile information and detect misinformation. Each Wikipedia page is transparent with its content assessment rating, and users can view edit histories on each record's header tabs. Although you never want to cite Wikipedia in your reference list, it is designed to lead you to original crowdsourced information sources through reference lists at the bottom of each record. Popular science magazines provide factual information with links to original sources in an often easily digestible format. Magazines like Johns Hopkins Magazine and The Scientist provide an easy way to keep up with the latest scientific news, provides ideas for projects, and help researchers increase their professional identity to a wider audience. Gray literature can include reports, dissertations, working papers, and government documents. The data and statistics mentioned when discussing the World Health Organization is a form of gray literature. The KFF, or formerly Kaiser Family Foundation, is a great source of global health policy information, and the United States Census Bureau provides great dashboards and statistics on U.S. population data. Gray literature is often difficult to discover, so it takes some patience and iterative searching to find, particularly if you're looking for regional or community data. Lastly, generative AI is also a way to start your research by obtaining background information on a topic. Take advantage of WFU's access to Google's Gemini by asking questions from simple to robust. Beware, however, that Gemini does not provide sources for their information generated, and make sure you check with your professor on their specific AI use policy, as those can vary from course to course. So you can see there are a lot of options to obtain health science research content. They all come with varying benefits. Understanding when and how to use them will help you move forward on your research journey. As a reminder, please reach out to me with any questions. I'm here to help.